Welcome to video 5 in our free online Pro Tools tutorial series. In this video, we will discuss navigating Pro Tools. We will cover the mix window, the edit window, the transport, tabbing, memory locations, and mix and edit windows. The edit window is where you can see all of your audio and MIDI tracks as well as all the files on them. The shortcut to jump between the edit and mix windows is Command equal. This is the edit window. There's a bin for the tracks in your session. There's a bin for your regions or audio files, and a bin for groups. Next, we will locate the 4 edit modes: slip, shuffle, spot, and grid. By clicking and holding grid, it gives you an option for relative grid in a submenu. Located next to your edit modes, we will find our tool selectors, which are zoom, trim, cursor, hand, scrub, and pencil. By clicking and holding the ones with an arrow, it opens a submenu to tools within the tool. The shortcut to these are Command 1 through 5. If you hit the same number repeatedly, it will toggle the submenu tools. By clicking this bar, we engage the Smart tool, which is a multi-tool consisting of these 3. When working in grid edit mode, you can control the value of the grid and also nudge editing on the grid through these submenus located here. Just to the left of the grid values, you find your main session counter. You can choose how your counter will resolve by clicking the arrow, which brings up a submenu. By choosing Show Sub Counter, you can display 2 different counters within your session. While editing, the beginning and end of your edit, as well as the overall length of your selection, will be displayed here. To the right of that, we find our edit window transport, which controls basic play, record, and stop buttons, as well as online for synchronizers. Below that are some buttons for fast forwarding and rewinding. Here, we find our zoom controls, including 5 zoom memory presets, as well as horizontal zoom and vertical zoom controls for audio and MIDI. Underneath the zoom controls are the session rulers, which can be expanded or retracted by clicking the arrow. You can also add any of the main transport counters as well as key signature by going to View, Rulers. You will also note a red diamond next to the tempo. By clicking on the red diamond next to the tempo, you will open the tempo dialog box, where you can change the tempo as well as what beat it will resolve to. Within the 3 main edit window bins, you will find a selection arrow that will open a submenu of different options for each bin. Take a good look and make note of the choices in each one of these, as they will be adjustments you will look for as you get more in depth. Let's have a quick look at the mix window and go over its general layout. The mix window contains 2 bins, one for audio and one for groups. Just like the edit window, they also have arrows to submenus so you can quickly access commands. The mix window also has a submenu to adjust what is being viewed. Let's review the transport, which can also be accessed by using Command numeric keypad 1 as a shortcut. Much like the edit window transport, it contains controls for online, return to 0, rewind, fast forward, go to end, stop, play, and record enable. The main session counters will reflect the timeline which you want to view, and again be altered by clicking the down arrow to adjust. The transport gives you the ability to set a count off for recording or a set number of clicks before playback begins. Below that, you have the meter option, which by double-clicking will open the meter dialog box where you can change the meter and the beat for the session. Again, you see the tempo, which works the exact same way as meter. All the way to the left, you can find your pre-roll and post-roll settings, which are engaged by clicking them and setting a value. This will determine how far ahead and behind your selection playback will resume. Here again, we have our selection start, end, and overall length for your edit selection. To the right, we have our selections for MIDI wait for note, metronome on or off, MIDI merger, and conductor on off. The far right selection arrow opens a submenu where you can find synchronization, the ability to minimize the transport, and also expand the transport. For those of you using external clocks, you will find online and generate MTC under synchronization. A key edit feature in Pro Tools is Tab to Transient. It is located here with a few other key options, including Zoom to Toggle, Mirrored MIDI Editing, Link Timeline and Edit Selection, Link Track and Edit Selection, and Insertion Follows Playback. When Tab to Transient is enabled, simply press Tab and your cursor will be brought to the next transient on that track. Now, we will go over our Memory Locations window. This is where you can save markers along your timeline, such as verse, chorus, bridge, etc. You can access this by using the shortcut Command numeric keypad 5. By pressing numeric keypad Enter, you can create a new location on the timeline and name it accordingly. No matter where in the timeline you are, by double-clicking the location, you will return to that location. Our last subject in navigating Pro Tools is Mix and Edit Window Views. By clicking View, then Edit Window Views, you can access all the parameters for the edit window. Once you have begun using tracks, you can adjust what parameters you see by adjusting the Mix and Edit Window Views. In the Mix window, you can again access these parameters by clicking View, Mix Window Views, and see all of the different options. You can select all to expose all of them, or choose none to hide them all. Thank you for watching video 5 in our free Pro Tools tutorials. Stay tuned for video 6 in this series.